All right, team, welcome back to the channel. It's been a couple of weeks actually between videos, but I thought this would be a cool one to kick off being back in Australia. So Gary, one of my coaching clients here, we're officially like inside the, what is it, like 3 weeks and a couple of days?
Yep.
So 3 weekends from now. So a great opportunity to kind of see how his prep is kind of tracking along, have a look at his physique, make sure training is where it needs to be, and just make any little tweaks that we need to now that I get to see him in person. So I guess for us now, at this point in prep, like how are you feeling, generally speaking?
It's funny because that's what I was asking you. Like, I think I've been so disconnected with if it's hard, if it's not. I'm just like, I want to look as good as I can. But if I was to summarize it, there's definitely days where
It's hard.
oh man, I'm like, I'll get to the shopping center and I'm like, what am I doing? Like, did I walk here? How did I get here? But honestly, like, all in all, feeling good, a bit depleted.
Which, I mean, again, to give everyone context that's watching, we were just talking about this before we started the video. It's always interesting seeing the differences between clients and like individuals in general, how they lose fat, how their physique responds to certain things. And Gary's been one of those cases where we've had to dig in pretty hard the last couple of weeks. The benefit we do have is he's probably a couple of kilos under the cap now as it is, even once we've refilled him. So I guess now to kind of give you some insight into that is, we kind of spoke about this in your check-in, is like we can dig for a couple of weeks and then come peak week, we've got the opportunity to feed all the way through, which is exactly what we want.
Okay for that.
Exactly, right? So I think, and again, this is probably a big mistake I see most people make, especially in their first preps. They'll just dig until the couple of days before show, and then you don't have the time to replenish what you've lost. Plus, you don't have the ability to just come back to life.
Fatigue will be...
Fatigue just accumulates like a motherfucker, and it's like, okay, you can't bring that back. So for us now, we can always diet him for a couple more weeks, push him pretty hard till, 7 to 14 days out from show, almost effectively, deload into the show, eat more food, deload from training, and then it's like, oh wow, you're on stage fresh and feeling good.
The fun part.
So anyway, long way to say we're doing a pull session today. So we'll take you guys through what we're doing. Exercise 1, unilateral pull down. Gary's done 1 set, I'm gonna do 1 set, and then we'll move on to our next exercise.
Let's go. You got what?
The link that you wanted.
The link, okay. I thought you said lead for a second. I was like, so good. Your lats have lats.
Finally!
They're literally like they're like the head of your delts there, and then it's like the lats there, but then the lats here.
I'll take that.
Oh.
All right, second set. Good movement quality. Little pause, little pause. There you go. Actively contract the lat to pull down, squeeze the fuck out of it at the bottom. Good. Squeeze hard. Yes. In that bottom position, pull it down, hold for 1. Big squeeze. Yes. That's better. Much better. Good. Big squeeze down hard. Yes. Beautiful reps, guys. There it is. That's better. Catch your breath, give yourself 30 seconds at least. That was a much better set.
Yep.
Well, let's have it, man. Good. Drag the elbow down, back pocket. Yes. That should be cramping at the bottom. Go. That's better. Much better reps. Stay locked in here, just move the elbow. Back and around, go. Yes, much better. Nothing moves except that shoulder, elbow. Good reach there, just there. Squeeze. Yes, much better. Hey, that was much better reps.
Yeah, it's interesting, like even when we were saying before, like some people don't understand the level of execution to a movement. And even like with me then, like being in that set, I'm like, everything feels right, but just that little 1% of like, hey, let's like pull those shoulders down and like, let's make sure nothing else is moving just except that shoulder. Yeah, like you don't always pick them up unless someone's there, you know, so.
It's funny because we were speaking about this, right? The difference between being like a pro and an amateur and like what level of...
Those little
1%ers.
Yeah.
I think so many people are under the assumption, and if you watch most people in these gyms, they just do stuff, right?
Yeah.
Where I think when we think about it logically, okay, we want to use like a laser-focused sniper approach as opposed to a shotgun approach.
And
that's the way I look at it.
Good analogy, yeah.
What are we trying to train here? We're trying to train our lats, so nothing else
literally
works except
does
for
that, yeah.
You see other people doing it, swinging and using their biceps and momentum, it's like, no wonder you have a small back.
So good. Oh, perfect, man. Yep. Nice, up.
That is us wrapped up here. 3 sets, single arm lat pull downs.
T-bar?
T-bar.
T-bar.
So as a side note for anyone watching, if your goal is to get a bigger, wider back, the thing you do first in your session receives the most stimulus. So it would stand to reason that you would do something that trains your lats first in the session. Single arm lat pull down being a great example of that because number one, it just targets the lats specifically, right? Number two, unilateral movements allow you to get into better positions to maximize tension or range and maximize output. Then as a tool to kind of sculpt your lats, for lack of a better word, I think they're a really awesome exercise, mainly just to allow you to really get into positions that maybe you can't with bilateral exercises. So whether it be your normal sort of biomechanics that don't let you get into that position, whether you're too tight in thoracic, you can't activate your lats. I think single arm exercises give you that ability to find those positions or ranges where you can actually target the lats. So if you want to train your lats properly, do it first in the session, grow your lats because they're going to be first in the session, they receive the most stimulus, then move on to the other stuff. So that's what we're going to do now on the chest supported T-bar row because the priority here was to get bigger, wider lats. Chest supported row, just a couple of tips that I want you to get out of this and for anyone else who's watching. With the upper back specifically, we're training the spinal erectors to a degree and the scap retractors, so upper back essentially. So we can allow a small degree of flexion and a small degree of extension with your reps. So that's all I want you to think about is let the upper back kind of slouch very slightly, stretch, and to initiate the movement, it scaps back, slight extension and pull.
You don't want me to like overdo the rounding, just like enough?
Not overdo, it's just enough to stretch and then extend.
All right.
6 to 10. There, perfect. And then elbows back, chest up. Yes, good. Minimum 6. 2, beautiful. 3, yes. 4, 2 good ones at least. Good, yes. 6 here, big squeeze. If you got another good one, go for it. Only if it's a full rep. Leave it if not. Yes, perfect, good. 7's perfect. So this is a good point to bring up. Gary just kind of mentioned about like technique getting sloppy. I am of the opinion that you should not attempt any reps that you do not have. So there should be like no bullshit reps in your set. So if you're trying to get the most out of your training, and we kind of said this before, if you think about the stimulus that your muscles receive from an exercise, the analogy I like to use is a hose. If we turn the tap on, we kink the hose, how much water comes out?
None.
Fuck all, right?
Yeah.
You can think about that the same way as stimulus to the muscle. If I use bullshit technique, I'm doing stuff for the sake of doing it, but I'm getting no return on it. So if you think about like the term like SFR, or stimulus to fatigue ratio, you're doing stuff for less return on investment.
Yeah.
So why would you do it?
Yeah.
So I think it's like, even from a fatigue management standpoint, Gary being a couple of weeks out from show, it's like, dude, we only want to do stuff that you know is absolutely there, that we can get the most stimulus from to mitigate as much fatigue as possible.
Yeah.
So if it's like rep 7 is perfect and rep 8 you know is going to be dog shit, don't do rep 8, because you're getting no stimulus and you're getting all the fatigue and potentially getting injured as well.
Yeah. I think where sometimes, I don't know how I have in the past, you then, if you pull out of that set because you're like, I don't have that rep, there's like that thought in the back of your mind, but like, does that mean I'm not training hard? You know what I mean? Because I pulled away?
Because I'm not going to fail you, bro.
Yeah. But like, yeah, with the conversation we're having, it's like that next level where it's not all about training hard, because we already train hard. But it's about the execution of that, you know, that target.
I think execution has to be at the forefront, and then effort follows.
Yeah.
And I think this is even another great point to bring up. I think this will be a hot take. I think having a spotter is bullshit.
They're doing the work, right? If you don't have that rep, then...
Well, think about it this way, right? Because if you, let's say you are in prep, which you are, you're a couple of weeks out from show. If I now come and train with you 1 or 2 days and I spot you and you get a couple of extra reps and I'm not there next week, what happens to your progression now? Oh, I can't do it now.
Yeah.
My progression has gone backwards.
Yeah.
I'm now training less hard. So I think you have to have this, like, we were talking about the execution as a pro, you have to have this mindset of, man, progression is the aim of the game.
Yeah.
I need to perfect every single thing, and that's what separates what I do from an amateur, is everything is planned progression to a fucking T, so that I know, okay, I'm gonna get this rep. It's gonna be a 9 out of 10 RPE, but I've progressed my load. I've got an extra rep on last week. So I've really nailed the simple shit.
Yeah.
Where most people, again, just do stuff and hope for an outcome.
Most of it, yeah. All I need for a spotter is just get you on the phone, put my headphones on.
Do it,
one more,
pussy.
bro, one more.
Get that fucking rep.
Nice. Yep. Up. Let's go, bro. Come on. Yep. Nice. Am I out angling him? I don't think that's possible.
I'll stand really far back.
So what are your thoughts on rest times?
I think the answer is very simple. You need to rest as long as it takes you to be fully recovered to match or beat your previous performance. And I know that's a stupid answer, but it's like, it depends.
Yeah.
Because if you were doing a bicep curl, that might only be 30 seconds to a minute.
Yeah.
If you're doing deadlifts, that might be 5 minutes. So whatever time you need to be fully recovered to kind of do that next set properly, that's
And
the
that,
answer.
that kind of comes from like a bit of trial and error too, right? It's like, you know, the first time maybe you do a heavy like top set of deadlifts, you take 3 minutes, the next set, you're like, I don't feel amazing. Take like another 30 seconds the next time.
I think again, like, it comes down to performance.
Yep.
So if you, let's say you got 2 sets of deadlifts, like 6 to 10 reps.
Yep.
You do your first set and you rest a minute, and your next set is dog shit.
Trash, yeah.
It's like, oh, cool. The obvious answer is I need to rest longer than a minute.
Yep.
You do 3 and you go, oh, my performance was the same or better. Cool, 3 minutes is probably the right time.
Yeah.
Like, it's very easy.
In your opinion, do you think there's a cap on how long a rest time
Absolutely.
should be?
Yeah.
What
so
is it?
It would be, I think, once you've cooled down. So there will be a point, like I got stuck the other day, I was doing leg press. I did my first set.
Chatting someone.
Guy came and chatted to me for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I got back into leg press and I was like, fuck, that feels hard and heavy.
Yeah.
Because I've cooled down now and it's way harder.
Yeah.
So I think there's, again, it's that trial and error. It's that sweet spot of, okay, I'll do a minute. Okay, it was too short. 3 minutes was good. 5 minutes was too much. Okay, I know it's somewhere in there. And then again, it would come down to just using some logical decision-making processes for like, hey, isolation movements, 1 to 3.
Smaller muscle.
Compounds, 3 to 5.
Yeah.
Machine movements somewhere in the middle, 2 to 4.
Yeah, I think people get too caught up on, is it 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4, but yeah, I'll get that.
You don't need to sit there with a stopwatch and be like, fuck, it was 2 minutes and 5 seconds.
3, 2.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go, guys. Nice. Let's go, bro. Come on. Kevin, good squeeze, good squeeze. Up. There we go. Yep. Up.
Oh, yeah.
Here I am wanting to spot you, and I know you don't like spotters. I'm like,
Don't fucking touch it.
I'll be back.
All right, that's 2 sets.
I'll be back in a
Chest
second.
water rows, done.
Nice.
That's a lot of reps.
Yeah, you know the conversation of like going from a extreme hobbyist
Yep.
to now you're a professional athlete and a bodybuilder and like it's your profession you do it for a living.
Yep.
Like a lot of people think their training has to be super fun, right? And if that training loses its spark or whatever, do you find with you, is all your training outcome driven, or do you kind of change it up, or does Dean change it up for it to be fun?
I think you have to probably figure out what your definition of fun is. I think a lot of people are under the assumption that fun is like, oh, it's exciting and new stuff all the time and they change programs every 2 weeks. For me as a professional, the term fun for me is progression.
Yeah.
So if my physique is progressing
Yeah.
and the training that I'm doing is allowing progression to occur, then the fun happens as long as that progression happens. If that's for 6 months, like context for this program I'm running now, this is probably month 5 of the same exercises, the same program structure.
Yeah.
But it's been a rep every other week. It's been a little bit of load. It's been a set added.
Yeah.
That's fun because I'm like, I reckon most people need to gamify their training.
Yeah.
Instead of novelty doing stuff, you gamify it by going up in levels.
It's like clear metrics.
There's clear metrics.
Yeah.
You gain points by doing another rep, by adding a bit of load.
Next boss.
You
Next
move
level.
exactly.
Yeah,
you move up another level. It's like, oh fuck yeah, this is fun now because I'm winning at the game.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's what I say. Like when people are like, "Oh, how do you stay motivated?" I'm like, seeing gains every week's pretty motivating.
Very.
Or like progressing your list is pretty motivating. So.
Which most people don't see that because they train like shit. And this is my whole thing is I try and get people in the headspace of your training needs to reflect the goal you're trying to achieve. So if you train like shit, you're not going to get a result, and then it's not fun, and then you're not motivated.
That's when
so you
people
fall
want
off.
to change and do it. Yeah.
They go, oh, this new shiny thing's going to get me the goal. It's like, no, if you just did the thing properly, you would get the goal. Very simple.
Love that. Nice. Up, 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 squeeze. Set.
Oh,
If you had to guess your body fat, what are you reckon it'd be?
I'm fat at the moment, bro. Come on. This is fat.
Fuck.
I don't know, 12 maybe. Somewhere there.
Love that. His fats, everyone's like shredded. Love that.
There. Good. Try and glue your arms to your armpits. Yes. There you go. 2. 3. Good. 4. Good. 5. 6. 7. Easy work. 8. 9. Good. 10. Good. 11. Yes. That's a good rep. That was a good call there on that finish.
And I thought about leaving it. I was like, she tends my glutes a bit harder, and I was like, I got this.
Ripping. All right, so we finished off back for this session. We've got a couple of bicep movements to finish off. Standing Bayesian curls. And a couple of points I just brought up with Gary about execution on these. So generally speaking, I'd probably put these in the 8 to 15 rep range. You're an isolation, single joint kind of bicep movement. And just in terms of cueing, the way I like to set these up is all you need to do is once you take the load off the stack, take one small step forward and keep your arms fixed in that position. We don't want to get in a spot where we're moving our arms too much to curl the weight up. It's essentially just an elbow flexion exercise. So as Gary pointed to just then, his last couple of reps, he was like, could I get the extra rep? Sure. Is it going to train his elbow flexors maximally? Probably not, because he's going to use pecs, he's going to use biceps, shoulders, might use a bit of momentum, so it's like, what's the point? So I think if you can stay really dialed in, just keep your arms fixed, bend the elbow. Once you can no longer bend the elbow, you have reached task failure. The set is done, rest, do another set, or move on to the next exercise.
And a good point, like good cue you just gave me then, was that like armpits down to the lats.
Good, yeah.
I thought that was like really good.
Yeah.
It just kind of stopped things flaring out and shoulders from being used. So.
100%. Like if your elbows are kind of free in space and you start moving that way, and they're free to move, which you don't want to do. Again, it's kind of find that spot that allows you max elbow flexion. That's it.
Yeah. Yep. Up. Set.
Oh. Couple of breaths and we'll go rest pause.
Yeah. Up, 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 up. Ow. That's how you should finish a set of arms.
That's how a rest pause should look.
Yeah, so with that, like choosing a rest pause.
Yes.
So there's so many intensifiers to choose, right? You've got your drop sets, your giant sets, whatever. Yeah. Why rest pause?
Good question. I think the overarching theme of any of those methods is to get more work done in the same time or to just improve workout efficiency. There's nothing magic about it.
Yeah.
I don't think they add anything from an intensifiers, right? It kind of sounds like it's adding something.
Yeah.
It just allows you to do more work in less time.
Yeah.
So in terms of this, right, like we're a bit pressed for time, we want to go do some posing, we want to get the session done a little bit quicker. We can do the same relative volume that we would do another exercise, condensed into less time. So all of the research on intensity techniques are efficiency techniques, basically what they're called.
Just condensing more work in a shorter amount of
More work.
time.
So you basically just make your session more efficient.
Yeah.
And I think as a way to reduce workout time, like they found you can do a workout in like 70% less time.
Yeah.
To do the same amount of volume. So it's like, if you're pressed for time, use it. If you're not pressed for time.
And is this your personal favorite? Because like, I know for me, I've bounced around with drop sets or rest pause. Drop sets, for me, I think it's a mindset of like, you get more of a pump because there's like more of it.
Sure.
But then I feel lately, like in the last 6 months, I've really like rest pause. Just because like, taking yourself to the end of that top set, giving yourself 10-second rest, and then being able to do like another 3, especially when your technique's dialed in, to me, it's again like if I only got to do 3 reps to go to proximity to failure instead of like 12 reps, why wouldn't I just do the shorter reps?
And that's exactly the argument with drop sets versus rest pause. I think in the literature, they achieve the same goal.
Yeah.
But if you think about it logically for us, we want to reduce fatigue and we want to improve efficiency. To get 3 extra reps that are very close to fail at the end of a failure set anywhere, close to, is probably a better option than having to do a full drop set, do another 15 reps to get close to failure.
Yeah.
That's really it. So all I want you to do is get like, if you get like 10-ish, and then like 3 to 5.
Alrighty. 10-ish, 3 to 5.
Slow it down and really milk that stretch. Good, that's better. Stay there. Good, elbows. That's better. Beautiful. Very close, bro. Very close. Yes, that's it. Good. 5 seconds. It's like 5 big breaths.
Why do bodybuilders do this thing?
I saw Jay Cutler do it once. It looks good.
It's like no one told me to do that, but after a set like that, it just feels right.
It's like instinct. It's like a lion hunting.
Breathe. All right.
Right, straight in. So these last couple of reps are like at failure or very, very close. Good. Same technique, same rep standards. 2. Good. Pinch your shoulder blades back. 3. I'm happy for you to go for 4 at least. 4. There it is. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect.
Fuck, that wall will come up a lot quicker than I thought.
Very quick, right? Very quick. All right, well that is session done. We had 3 back exercises, 1 bicep exercise, which would typically be 2, but we just kind of condensed that little bit of extra work in. And a pretty good session overall, I think, in terms of how you performed. Very happy.
Fuck yeah.
Like, very happy.
Yeah, sweet.
I think energy-wise, performance-wise, like, there hasn't
Still
been any real drop-off. So I think from a psychological standpoint, it's more just fucking ripping in now for you.
Hope that doesn't mean less food.
No, I think just like for anyone who's competing too, exactly what we spoke about. You can train fasted, you can train on very low food, but it's just difficult.
Yeah.
So getting out of that headspace of, oh, I'm hungry, it's not gonna, it's gonna affect my performance. It doesn't. So long as you have the mental fortitude to just be like, I can deal with this and perform.
And that's that's good. Like that almost gives me like permission almost to attack it that way. Because like what I was telling you, I've kind of been going about it where if I really want to show up for a session, I'll have like 70% of my daily carb intake prior. But with that, with what we were talking about, where my sleep's starting to tank, it's probably a good idea to put the carbs for bed to help you go to sleep. So I
mean, you could, like, that's the thing, right? You could sufficient protein intake throughout the day, sufficient fruit and veg, hydration.
Yeah.
Make sure you're like adequately hydrated from a sodium potassium perspective. Train, and then it's like you can chill at night, eat a bunch of food, and go to sleep. Potentially, that's a better strategy, right?
Cream of rice while watching Netflix at night sounds like.
But yeah, why not? Anyway, that's us done. Session. That was
Cheers,
fun.
bro.
We'll see you guys again for another session. Anyway, we're going to see in pose too. So, front relaxed. Good. Beautiful. Breathe out hard on that oblique and crunch down a little bit. Yep, there. Beautiful. Squeeze your hammies on, squeeze your glutes on hard. Like grab the floor with your toes. Yep, much better. There. Good. Oof. A little bit harder on that oblique. Yep, there. Beautiful. That's perfect. Oof, there it is. Oh, that's nice.